Man, Monday Night Raw, folks. An absolute another week, another night of Monday Night Raw illogical garbage. I don't even know where to fucking start with. I don't even know where to begin with. I really don't. I mean, we get the same garbage every Monday nights. WWE just never seems to fucking never seems to fucking amaze anyone. WWE seems to never amaze anyone. This show was so fucking bad that a lot of the podcasters are not even live doing their Monday Night Raw reviews because of how fucking pathetically garbage this show is. It's fucking embarrassing. Just like WWE is fucking embarrassing. Having all these people watching Monday Night Raw for what? For what? To watch this fucking garbage? Do you really fucking think that you really fucking think that anybody wants to watch this goddamn garbage that we was watching tonight on the show? Do you really? Like WWE, like, use your fucking heads. Do you really think that people wants to watch this fucking garbage every single Monday night? Better the fucking ratings. Improve the ratings. If you could improve the ratings, if you could put new matches, build new stars, maybe you'll get more fucking audience. All this fucking illogical garbage we got on the show is no wonder why WWE is losing audience after audience after audience after audience. If you keep giving us this fucking garbage, if you keep giving everybody this fucking Monday Night Raw garbage, you are going to keep losing audience. And I've noticed there has not been too many people watching this show like it used to be. I've seen some fans sleeping. I've seen some fans just looked entirely fucking angry. I seen some of the fans that were watching. Some of them looked like they were embarrassed, man. Some of them looked like they were about to change the fucking channel. Some of them looked like they were about to just shut off their fucking internet completely. Because of this horrendous fucking garbage we got last night on the show. Now, but I will say something positive. At least there was some positive to this show. So let's talk about the fucking positive instead of talking about all this fucking negative that we're getting on the show every time. I am tired of talking about the goddamn negative. It seems like it's WWE that's always bringing the negativity. WWE is the ones with the goddamn negativity, giving us the goddamn garbage. That's why a lot of people don't watch this goddamn show anymore. Because it's not what it used to be. The era is better than what it is right now. Really. Why are we so invested in some of the superstars that you yourself don't even like? Why are we so into superstars? Why do we have idiots and trolls on Twitter so into superstars that some of us don't even fucking like? That some of us don't even want to see on our TVs? Why are you into superstars that have been nothing but absolute terrible? That have been nothing but absolute embarrassments on TV? I don't understand it. I don't understand why we got a lot of these idiots and trolls on Twitter that are praising this show, continuing to support this garbage. Why? Why? Why are you maniacs continuing to support this goddamn garbage? You knew, and I knew that everybody else knew, that this garbage was coming. You knew we were going to get some garbage on the show. And then you got idiots that's telling podcasters to turn the channel. They can't turn the channel. Their jobs is to fucking watch the show. They have to review the show. Podcasters, all podcasters have to watch the show for a reason. It's their job. It's their job to do their Monday Night Raw, NXT, and Friday Night SmackDown reviews to give everybody an idea of what's going on the show, to get views, to gain subscribers. That's what I do. Same thing I do. I can't change the channel. I have to watch the show. Mostly Friday Night SmackDown I watch. I have to. Friday Night SmackDown. I can't change the channel. I have to watch the show. It's my job. My job to watch it. I can't change the channel. I always say I want to pick up that remote and change the channel, but I can't. My job to fucking watch the show. I can't change the fucking channel. I have to give my subscribers and my views the best Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, and NXT review possible. I tried to give you all my best Monday Night Raw, NXT, and SmackDown review possible. But you know, when you're watching garbage like this, it makes you not want to review Monday Night Raw. When you're watching Monday Night garbage like this, it makes you not want to do your Monday Night Raw review. It made me, when I watched the show, it just made me not want to do my review. I shouldn't even did a review tonight. I should have just fucking left it alone. I should have just said, nope, no Monday Night Raw review tonight. I should have just tweeted on Twitter and told everybody, no Monday Night Raw review tonight. I should have just said that shit instead of doing it now like I'm doing right now. WWE just utterly disgusts me, man. At what they fucking do. And what they do wrong creatively, man. Mainly what they do creatively wrong. It fucking amazes me how they keep on miserably failing. Week after week after week. People are going to get tired of watching this show, man. They are going to lose more and more and more audience if they don't do something about these Raw and SmackDown ratings. Especially the Raw ratings. If WWE really doesn't do something about these Raw ratings fast, they are going to lose audience quick, just like that. Week after week after week, the more garbage week after week after week, the less audience you're going to have. Now, some of you that are praising this Monday Night Raw show and that are praising this garbage SmackDown shows each and every week, you make me want to laugh at you. I feel bad for you. I don't even know why you're continuing to support this garbage. You know what the fuck's going on. You just don't want to admit it. You clowns on Twitter and on Facebook and all on social media that watch this show don't want to admit that the show's fucking garbage. And then, yet, you want to comment on everybody's tweet, running your fucking mouth, talking all that shit, when you know you can't back it up. Seriously. I just don't know what to say, man. Folks, I'm Brendan Ingram here with your garbage Monday Night Raw August the 31st, 2020 review. And thank you for joining me here. Thank you for tuning in for my Monday Night Raw review. You know, of course, you already know we got a lot to go over. And I'm actually going to tell you the fucking matches that we got on the show last night. So the matches we got on the show last night. So we got Keith Lee versus Dalt Ziggler, which was actually sort of good. That was one of the positive things I was going to say. When I said, let's talk about the positive things. Now that was a positive thing I just said. The Keith Lee versus Dalt Ziggler match wasn't bad. It was good. But did you know what's funny? It's funny the fact that Dolph Ziggler actually lost that match. And we're going to talk about that match when I get to it. But we got Keith Lee versus Dolph Ziggler. And then we got Lana versus Mickie James. And then we got Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton last night. And then another match that was booked on the show was the Hurt Business versus the Viking Raiders and Cedric Alexander, which I did not absolutely, completely give a shit about this match. I really didn't care about this match, and I really didn't want to watch it because it was utterly garbage. And we got the Wyatt Squad versus the Iconics, which I love seeing the Wyatt Squad perform in the ring because they always bring their fucking best every Monday nights, just like the rest of the women's division need to be doing, bringing their best. And I'm not talking about Shayna Baszler, Banks, or Bayley. They always bring their best. I'm talking about the rest of the other women in the women's fucking division on the Monday Night Raw and SmackDown rosters. Some of them need to be like Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Shayna. Bring their best. So, after that match between the Wyatt Squad and the Moronics, we got Dominique versus Seth Rollins. And then we got the Street Profits versus Andrade and Garza with Selena Vega and Demi Barnett, the former Bachelor. Yes, I've seen Demi on TV. I've seen an episode of Bachelor where I've seen her on TV. I know who Demi is. What I don't understand is why did we get the same match that we've already seen last month? This match was on the show last month. The Street Profits versus Andrade and Angel Garza. Matter of fact, I can look up this match right now and show you proof that this match was last month. You can bet your ass I can look this fucking match up right now. So basically, the tag team match was our main event of Monday Night Raw. Utterly disappointed. Utterly disappointed in what they booked for the main event. I really didn't like it. Didn't appreciate it. Didn't like it. I didn't like the match that they booked for the main event. I was hoping they would book a new match for the main event. And they didn't. And they didn't. Instead, they booked the same match for the main event. Same shit. Always the same shit on this show. So before I get started with with your August 31st, 2020 Monday Night Raw review, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button and never forget to turn on those notifications to never miss my Ingram Wrestling News videos that I upload each and every week. I have been taking a break from that. I've taken like 2-3 day break from uploading my Ingram Wrestling News videos because I've been doing that every single day. So some days I may not upload my Ingram Wrestling News videos. Some days I will. Some days I will, some days I won't. I'm not going to get to do all that tomorrow because I actually have to work tomorrow. So I'm not going to get to do all that tomorrow. So also, not only that, also have on those notifications so you won't miss my Monday Night Raw, NXT, your Friday SmackDown reviews that go live each and every week. And you all that have been supporting me on my Monday Night Raw, NXT, SmackDown reviews, that's liked and subscribed, I really appreciate that. keep supporting me, to those of you who are actually trying to support me, who actually care about what I do, who actually care about my content and what I do on my YouTube channel, who are actually, giving me a chance to care, to actually, giving me a chance. Took me 2 minutes to get it out, because I almost lost my thought process when I was trying to get it out, what I was going to say. Well, yeah, all that, and have on those notifications for much more content that I will have on the channel this week. Now, I got 2 announcements. Number 1, I will be buying a PlayStation camera next month, and number 2, I will be buying more PlayStation Plus. So you're probably gonna see a lot of live streams coming from me and my YouTube channel, because I'm gonna be live streaming playing Naruto, Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 online this end of the end of this year, and I'm gonna be playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 online again. Play Xenoverse 2 online to help people with their story modes and stuff, because I've completed all the story modes except for, I think I completed all the para quests. I think there's 2 more that I need to do. I might have completed all of it. I need to go back. I need to go to the game and check. But I think there's 2 more para quests that I need to do. Plus, I need to get Supreme Kai of Time, and I'm actually going to do a video clip and showcase to you all Supreme Kai of Time, what she can do on the game. So it's going to be titled the debut of Supreme Kai of Time. Once I get her, I gotta have PlayStation Plus to do that tournament on there. So yeah. But have on those notifications to never miss all my content and everything on the channel. Also, if you missed my NXT review and my SmackDown reviews from last week, make sure you go to my playlists, go to my NXT, Monday Night Raw, and SmackDown playlists and check those out. I still have my NXT and SmackDown reviews on my channel. And I'm actually going to put the NXT, SmackDown, and Monday Night Raw playlist links in the description. So give me a second here. Once I do that, we're going to start the review here. I'm going to start. Give me a few seconds. Alright, looks like it's on there. Alright, good, it's on there now. Alright, so... Well, hang on. I gotta save it. Alright, so I just put my NXT, SmackDown, and Monday Night Raw review playlists in the description below. If you missed my NXT, SmackDown, and Monday Night Raw reviews from last week, and from last month, and from 2-3 weeks ago, be sure you check those out. The NXT, SmackDown, and Raw playlists are in the playlist links are in the description below. And if you want to check out that video that I have, news on Jim Cornette saying that Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose need to be fired from K-Vibe, be sure you check that video out. And if you want to have a listen to the video where I said the video of everything you need to know about the blithering idiot Jim Cornette part 1, be sure you check that out too, because you might want to know a thing or two about Jim Cornette, because that guy is a real true clown, and he's a real sicko and a psychopath. Also, be sure you follow me on Twitter at Ingram Wrestling, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Twitter. Of course, not Twitter, I already said Twitter, Twitch. But yes, follow me on Twitter at Ingram Wrestling and follow me on Twitch. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel. I can't even talk right this morning, probably because I'm sleepy. That's why I say I should have just said no Monday Night Raw review. I should have just tweeted and said no Monday Night Raw review. This show was so bad that I don't even want to review it. Honestly, I just don't. I feel embarrassed to be reviewing Monday Night Raw right now. I really do. And all the other podcasters should be feeling embarrassed to be reviewing their Monday Night Raw reviews too, after what the garbage that we've seen. Some of the garbage. The show wasn't all that garbage, but it was garbage. There's a little bit of garbage on the show, not much. There was some positive to the show. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started. So, memorial graphic for Bullet Bob Armstrong, who, yes, indeed, he had passed away last week. So they were live in the boring Thunderdome with sold out screens, and out comes the legend killer Randy Orton. So I'm surprised that Raw started off with Randy Orton coming out. So tonight there would be 3 matches with the winners progressing in a triple threat match, and a triple threat main event match to determine the number 1 contenders at Clash of Champions. That match took place last night. We're going to get to that in a bit. So those matches were Dominic Mysterio versus Seth Rollins, which I've already said, because Ray was injured. Dalt Ziggler versus Keith Lee, and Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton. So Randy Orton reminds us that night that last week Drew McIntyre offered him a pity rematch. So he kicked his head 3 times. Now, Orton says Drew feels like he deserved to be WWE champion. But as far as his concerned, the only thing he deserves is the hairline fracture in his jaw. So Randy is angry. Randy is angry that he has to jump through hoops tonight to get another title shot. But he will. Then he will beat Drew at Clash of Champions for the championship. That is if Drew can make it. Ew. So he said that is if Drew can make it. Guess we'll find out. And I got a cut on my hand, and it's freaking stinging like a motherfucker. So anyways, Randy says Drew isn't here tonight, but he knows McIntyre has gotten together with a few friends to reminisce. So he then directs us to the Titan throne, where we get a goofy graphic of Drew, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, Edge, Big Show, and Christian all lined up in hospital beds. Orton is laughing at the picture when he gets interrupted by the limitless Keith Lee. Lee says Randy has done well for himself and he's proud of it. He's fixed it on talking about the damage he's done this year, but he can't forget what happened at Payback last night. So Lee says last night Randy got the chance to bask in his glory, and perhaps that kind of victory means he should get the shot at the WWE Championship. Keith says he considers Drew a good friend and he likes to talk about receipts. So he knows at some point, Dolph attacks Lee from behind. So, obviously, it was a head start for Dolph Ziggler. So, we got Keith Lee versus Dolph Ziggler. So, here's what happened with this match last night. So, they return in time for the bell to ring, and Dolph shoots for a single leg takedown. But Lee hoists him up and tosses him away. Dolph shoots again, but Lee takes his wrist. Ziggler breaks free and jumps for a dropkick, but Lee grabs his legs and catapults Dolph into the turnbuckles. Ziggler takes his time getting back in the ring and manages to take Lee down with a neck breaker into a sleeper hold. Keith fights to his feet, dodges Dolph, and hits a pounce that sends him flying out of the ring as they head a commercial break. So back from commercial break, back live, and Lee chops Dolph hard in the corner, then throws Dolph across the ring. Lee hits a splash in the corner, then gets Dolph up, but Ziggler pulls his nose and jumps off to hit a famouser. Ziggler rakes Lee's face on the middle rope, then hits another neck breaker and a big elbow drop for 2. Ziggler looks for a zigzag, but Lee shrugs him off and throws some hands. Lee hits a massive flapjack and a spinning power slam. Lee looks for a splash in the corner, but Ziggler dodges and hits a zigzag for a near fall. Ziggler looks for a super kick, but gets caught with the spirit bomb. And Keith Lee is your winner. So that was who your winner was for the first qualifying match. Now, this was sort of a good match. I said sort of, but Keith Lee was the better man in this match. Dalt Ziggler, there was no way that Dalt Ziggler could defeat Keith Lee. Now, if Dolph Ziggler wasn't alone, if he had accomplices with him, now the numbers game would take advantage of Keith Lee. And folks, Dolph Ziggler loses for the 100,000th time in a row. Oh man, for the 100,000th time in a row. Wow, that's just sad. 100,000 times in a row, man, oh man. Man, that's just fucking sad. There. So basically, Keith Lee beat Randy Orton in 7 minutes last night. So the match with Dalt Ziggler had exceeded that 7-minute mark. Just thought I'd tell y'all that. And WWE, creative, defying logic as always. Nothing new. That is no surprise to me. Just like they're failing to build new stars. So anyways, we see still images of Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. Nia Jax's big win over Sasha Banks and Bayley. The new champions are interviewed backstage, and Jax says they did it because Baszler Baszler followed her lead. Baszler disagrees and says Nia stayed out of her way, allowing her to submit both of them at once. Nia says she is the tag team champion and Baszler is just holding the other belt. Asuka dances into the frame and that irate Baszler and Jax. Asuka shoves Shayna and shouts in Japanese before walking off. So Adam Pearce is backstage with a bunch of guards, and he says tonight they have to make sure Retribution do not interfere tonight, and if they fail, they will all be fired. Charlie Caruso interviews Asuka in the ring and asks if anyone is deserving of a title shot. Asuka laughs and rants in Japanese before saying she has beaten many great women, but it doesn't matter who is next because she is ready. Mickie James comes out and says that as a 6-time women's champion, she recognizes greatness. James says Asuka is one of the all-time greats, so out of respect, she should be the first to now. She says she's coming for the title. Natalya's music hits, and she comes out alongside Lana, of course. So Natty says Mickie has had 6 chances to be champion, and she's just being selfish. Lana says Mickie has failed to evolve since 1998, and that's why the game has passed her by. Lana says she is a trendsetter, and Natalya is the BOAT, so Mickie has to go through her. Asuka interrupts their arguing, saying she is ready for all of them. Lana and Natalya attack them from behind, but Asuka kicks Natty out while Mickie tosses Lana to the floor. So they get a video celebrating the Connors Cure Foundation. And then the Viking Raiders are backstage with Cedric Alexander and Demi Barnett. She wishes them luck in their match and gives Ivor a kiss. Once everyone has walked off, Angel Garza walks up with a rose looking angry. So we get Lana with Natalya versus Mickie James. Was absolutely not interested in watching this match. In fact, it actually made me want to pick up the remote and change the goddamn channel. Because for one, Mickie James has been buried since her return. And two, I'm tired of watching the same matches each and every Monday night that they book on the show. I mean, wasn't this a match we've already seen 2-3 weeks ago? Mickie James versus Lana? Somewhere around there, don't you think? I mean, I know this is a feud, but god damn, for fuck's sake. This match between Lana and Mickie James. The match gets underway and Lana stomps Mickie down in the corner. Lana talks trash as she kicks Mickie around the ring. James fires back and hits a dust press with punches. James connects with forearms and attempts the mid kick, but Lana breaks away. Lana uses the ref to hit a cheap shot, but Mickey retaliates with a mid kick and scores a pin. Wow, is that all Mickie James can do? Is a mid kick? Jesus Christ. What can she do in the ring? I mean, that's all she's been doing lately is mid kicks. Man, haven't been doing other moves. And Lana, I know she's been doing the same moves in the ring too. Man, oh man. They really have ruined Mickie James since her return. Oh my god, man. I tell you. This match was absolutely fucking garbage. I mean, your women's division, folks, you might as well say your Monday Night Raw women's division is a fucking joke. Your Monday Night Raw women's division is not only a joke, but it's also fucked up. I mean, Natalya? I questioned this shit too myself. Natalya? Are you fucking making me believe that Lana is worth a title match? I mean, Mickie James has been treated like a joke since her return. And that's basically what I just said. About 2-3 times already. Why aren't they building new stars? Shouldn't they be building someone like Bianca Belair up? Someone like, well, they are building up Shayna Baszler. I was going to mention her name, but... I mean, what is Marina Shafir and Jessica Duke doing on the roster? I mean, shouldn't they be building them up too? Shouldn't they be making their Monday Night Raw debut? I mean, you got all these stars. You got Marina Shafir and Jessica Duke. You got all these stars, and you're not building them up. You got all these stars. WWE's not opting to build them up. I don't get why. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Wow, man. Absolutely ridiculous. So Billie Kay and Peyton Royce are interviewed backstage. Later tonight, or later, that was last night, actually, the match between the Riot Squad and the Iconics was last night. So, it said that they would face the Riot Squad to determine the number one contender, and the losing team must disband. Now, Sarah asked how they feel, and Kay says they've been friends since high school, and they've did it all together. Kay says only a half-wit would think they'd let two snot-nosed brats ruin all that. Royce says they will end the Riot Squad and get the women's tag team titles back in their possession. Oh man, the Moronics, the Stuponics, cutting terrible promos as always, just like King Corbin. They are just like King Corbin with their terrible promos. Jesus Christ. Terrible promos from the Iconics. They need to really work on their promos. Anyways, Kevin Owens is making his way down to the ring with his qualifying match against Randy Orton. Aleister Black attacks Owens from out of nowhere. He beats him, tosses him into the LED board, and hits Black Mass. Black then shoves Owens into the ring. And who's to say we didn't see it coming? Who's to say we never saw that coming? I figured that they booked Aleister Black to come out and attack Kevin Owens from behind. I figured they would do that shit. Why couldn't they just have Aleister Black as a top guy instead of changing his fucking character? It's just so stupid. Aleister Black is better in his babyface than he is with his heel. Let's be honest. His heel him as a heel is just absolutely fucking terrible. They need to put him back in his babyface turn. His babyface turn is a lot better than his heel right now. Even Aleister Black himself doesn't like his character, man. The hell? What is going on? Change him back to where he was, man. His heel turn, his gimmick, his character is not working out for him. It's not working. They need to change him back. They need to creatively change him back. Seriously. It's not fucking working out well for Aleister Black. It's really not. I mean, his run on the main roster hasn't been too well. Not good, man. Not fucking good. And see, my thing is, Keith Lee would have been good for SmackDown. He would have been real good for SmackDown, Keith Lee. He would have been good for both SmackDown and Raw. He really would have been. I mean, he is limitless. He is a former North American NXT champion. Just like Matt Riddle would have been good for Raw as well. He would have been good for... Him and Matt Riddle both would have been good for both brands. But you only have to put him in one. Alright, anyways. So we got Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton, and I'm actually trying to find both of them. Desperately trying. Oh, there they are. Desperately trying to find them right now. Okay. So the referee checks on Owens and says he can't compete, but Owens is adamant he can. He swings some punches, but Orton avoids them. KO chops the chest of Orton, so he hits a vicious RKO for the win. So that's all we got. This match only lasted 5 seconds. Are you goddamn fucking serious, WWE? This was a bad booking decision by WWE to book Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton the way they did. Bad fucking decision. This was some absolute garbage booking, man. Lazy booking by WWE, man. Just lazy. Lazy fucking booking. Wow, man. Unreal. Unfucking real. Alright, anyways. Randy joins Keith Lee in the triple threat match. Triple threat match main event to determine the number one contender to Drew McIntyre at Clash of Champions. Champions. The final qualifying match will see Dominic Mysterio face Seth Rollins. Oh my god, the same fucking match that we've already fucking seen. That's why, see, this is one of the reasons why I say they book the same shit on the show every Monday nights. Jesus Christ, it just gets so boring when they book the same matches. So Charlie Caruso interviews Mysterio's backstage, and Ray says he wanted closure against Seth tonight. Everyone knows the pain Seth put them through, and it would mean the world to him to beat him. But he lost. But his loss is his son's gain. Dominique says he knows he's the underdog, but last night put his confidence on another level. And he has a 619 with Monday Night Messiah written on it. Tuh. Just like this show is more like Monday Night Garbage. Because that's exactly what this show is every Monday nights. It's absolute garbage. Can't have confidence without launching a garbage show every week. Seemingly WWE doesn't care about their talent or their product, obviously. Very, very sad. So, MVP and Shelton Benjamin are in the VIP lounge, and MVP says this is the first such show in the Thunderdome. He introduces the CEO of the Hurt Business and the new United States Champion, Bobby Lashley. So MVP says he's known a lot of young guys who taste some success and let it get to their head. What he said he was going to do. Then Apollo attacked him from behind. He's not mad because he would have done it himself. But he will get payback of his own. Benjamin says that he's going to beat Apollo like a little punk in Raw Underground. Cedric comes out and they meet him on the ramp. MVP asks if he's finally changed his mind, but he says, hell no. And suddenly, Eric and Ivar attack them from behind. So we get a 6-man tag team match. A match that I was not interested in watching. That I was absolutely not interested in watching at all. Period. I don't even know why we got this match. Just absolutely just did not make sense to me. So here's what happened with this boring 6-man tag team match. So they return to find this match in progress with Lashley beating Eric into the corner. The Vikings fires back with stiff forearms. Then hits the ropes, but Lashley cracks him with a fist and tags MVP. The bowler breaks Eric in the corner and makes a tag to Shelton. Ivar gets a tag and he throws Benjamin into a huge knee from Eric. Ivar clabbers Shelton in the corner before tagging Cedric, and he beats him as well. Eric tags in and drills Benjamin with a knee to the jaw, but Shelton comes back with a spine buster. Both men are down. They make tags to MVP and Alexandra. Cedric throws rapid punches, but gets caught with a flapjack. Benjamin tags in and slams Cedric before tagging Cedric. Or actually, no. Both men are down and makes tag to MVP and Alexandra. So, of course, Cedric throws punches but gets caught with a flat trap. Benjamin tags and slams Cedric. I could have sworn I read that already. He slams Cedric before unloading some ground and pound. Benjamin tosses Cedric across the ring, then hits a body slam. MVP tags in and takes Cedric down. Alexander tries to make a tag, but Lashley Benjamin pulled his partners off the apron. MVP looks for the ball and kick. Cedric dodges and rolls him up with a handful of tights for the win. After the match, Benjamin and Lashley storm the ring, but MVP hold him back from attacking Cedric, and he smiles at him for cheating. So, back from the break, MVP, Lashley, and Benjamin are beating Cedric backstage. Ricochet and Apollo run up, and they walk off. So then we got a number one contenders match. We got the Wyatt Squad versus the Iconics. The Moronics, the Stuponics, the Idiotics, the Don't Get On My TV Onyx, Get Off My TV Onyx. The Iconics were on my TV. They were on my TV last night again. But I'll tell you, you want to know what made me happy? I'll tell you at the end what made me happy. At the end of this match. And I was fucking hell of a glad. I was really, really glad. Oh, my eyes are bothering me today. God damn it. The Riot Squad did a good job in the ring. I would much rather watch them than the Iconics. Yep, I would much rather watch the Riot Squad than the Iconics. Oh, it's something in my fucking eye. Know why something with me in my fucking eye. It's getting annoying. I know that. Alright, so here's what happened with this match. So this important match gets underway, and Ruby runs at Kate, but gets tackled down. Then rolls around, punching each other, and Kate tags in, but Liv beats her down and makes a tag to Ruby for a double team move. Ruby whips Billy to the corner and hits a forearm. Peyton runs in, but Liv catches her with a facebuster. Ruby then catches Kay with a roll up for 2, and they continue to trade pinfall attempts until Ruby pins her. So the Wyatt Squad have earned a tag team championship shot at Clash of Champions, but more importantly, the Iconics are forced to disband. Honestly, this was a dumb stipulation that breaks up one of the very few women's tag teams they actually have, and a really entertaining one to boot. I'm actually glad they're breaking up the Iconics. I'm actually glad they broke up the Iconics. Honestly. Wasn't you all happy that they broke up the Iconics? I definitely was. They got exactly what they deserved. Yep, they got exactly what they deserved. And that is a breakup. And now they said they're not ready for anybody to talk to them. Oh, man. I feel bad for the moronics now that they got the breakup. Oh! Well, that's what you get for being stupidionics. That's what you get for sucking in the ring so much. It's what you get. It's what you get for cutting garbage promos each and every Monday nights. I mean, let's be honest. The Iconics were never even a good team. Absolutely suck. Nauseating. Suck. So anyways, after the break, Seth Rollins will face Dominic Mysterio, with the winner moving on to the main event to face Keith Lee and Randy Orton. So we see Shane McMahon approach the door of Raw Underground and talk to the doorman about what we can expect on the show, including Jessamine Duke, Tyson, or Titus O'Neil. Imagine calling him Tyson. So, seriously though, we got Jessamine Duke, Titus O'Neil, and Apollo Crews. The man that just lost his United States title to Bobby Lashley 2 days ago at Payback. Seth Rollins comes to the ring alongside Murphy. Rollins stares at Murphy with distant and takes the mic and says last night was his fault. He says with a title shot on the line, tonight he can't have Murphy screwing it up for him. So Seth tells Murphy to take a hike. As Murphy is leaving, Dominique attacks him from behind. So here's what happened with this match between Dominic Mysterio and Seth Rollins. So Dominic slides into the ring, ducks Seth, and tackles him to the mat. Seth breaks free and drops Dominic with a forearm. Then whips him to the ropes, but gets caught with a tilt-a-whirl arm drag. Dominic hits a drop kick, and Seth rolls outside. Dominic chases after. Rollins slams Dominic's arm into the announce table, then puts him back in the ring. And he puts him back in the ring and stomps him repeatedly. Seth sends Dom to the apron, but he hits a springboard crossbody. Dominic knocks Seth onto the middle rope and looks for the 619. Rollins avoids it. Seth drags him out of the ring and attempts to slam him into the desk again, but Dom turns the tables. Then jumps off the desk with a senton as they head to commercial break. So back from commercial break, back live, and Seth hits Dominic with a sling blade for a 2 count. Then goes to a leg scissors submission and slams his head. Mysterio fights up, but Seth knocks him down and applies a bear hug. Again, Dominic fights out and punches Seth into the corner. He looks for 10 punches, but Seth grabs him for a buckle bomb, only for Mysterio to counter with a Hurricane Rana into the buckles. Dominic hits a springboard, tornado DDT, and a standing moonsault for a 2 count. Seth rolls from the ring, but Dominic jumps off the top rope for a crossbody. Both men get back inside, and Dominic drop toe holds Seth and onto the mat, the middle rope. Dominic hits the 619 and goes up top for the 5-star frog splash. Seth avoids it. Rollins hits the stomp for the win. So Rollins joins Orton and Lee in the #1 contender main event after the match. Seth hits a second stomp and we see Ray and family watching backstage. Yep, Ray and the family's watching backstage. And so we join Raw Underground in Progress. Or should I say Progress? That's what I meant to say, Progress. Alright, I got 2 cuts on both of my hands. I just noticed that when I looked at it. Anyways, so they join Raw Underground in Progress, where Titus O'Neil hits a huge spine buster and some ground and pound to win a fight. Another random guy jumps up and Titus hits him with a judo throw, following by headbutts for the win. Riddick Moose steps in. He steps up and takes Titus down with a single leg takedown. Moose lands a few shots and Titus tries to turn the tables, but Moose keeps getting the better of him. Titus is able to throw Reddick off the mat and slam him into some shelvies nearby. Back on the mat, Reddick drops Titus with a big right hand. Street Profits are backstage, and Dawkins has a scouting report on Andrade and Angelo Dawkins. They make fun of their opponents, including Selena, saying she's too short to ride roller coasters. So they go to commercial break, and you see a video from earlier today when Kira Tozawa arrived at the arena with his ninjas. An arena guard stops him to ask for his name, and he's not on the list. Tozawa holds up the 24/7 championship, and they argue while we see R-Truth pop up from behind him. The guard is actually a referee, and Truth rolls him up to win his 24/7 championship. Truth runs off, and Tozawa kidnaps the arena guard. So then we got a tornado tag team match. A match that we've already fucking seen. So I'm talking about. They booking the same fucking matches. I can't stand that shit. I can't stand when they do that. Oh, I went back on by accident. My mistake. I should have just pushed circle one time instead of pushing it 2 times. I'm just so tired. I'm just ready to get this review over with and just get off. Ugh. I'm not even gonna put the poll up on Twitter today, cause I know I probably did bad, but I was sleeping, man. You know, tired. I'm just gonna get straight off. I'm not even gonna put the Monday Night Raw poll up. I'm not even gonna ask how my review was. I'm only gonna do that for NXT SmackDown this week, cause those are the only ones I feel like I'm gonna do good on this week. I am so tired. So here's what happened in this match between the Street Profits and Andrade and Angel Garza with Selena Vega and Demi Barnett ringside. The bell rings and the heels storm the champions and toss Dawkins from the ring. They beat on a Ford, tries to rally but gets swept into the buckles. Ford hits an enziguri to both and goes up top, but they both climb up with him. Dawkins returns and we get a Tower of Doom as they head to commercial break. So back live, and the heels are in control of Montez Ford with Dawkins down on the outside. Vega claps her as her men toss Ford into the ring post, then sends daggers at Demi. They bring Dawkins inside and slam him down. Garza torques the back of, Garza basically targets the back of Angelo, and Andrade jumps off the middle rope with a drop kick to Dawkins for a 2 count. Andrade applies an armbar to Dawkins over the ropes. Garza holds Angelo while Andrade goes up top. Dawkins punches him and catches him for a belly-to-belly. Dawkins kicks Garza and slams Andrade for a 2 count. Andrade gets Dawkins in Tree of Woe. Garza hits a running kick, and Andrade follows up with a double stomp. They attempt a pin, but Ford leaps over Garza and breaks it up. Ford rallies and hits a drop kick to Andrade and screams, shaking the rope. Suddenly, the lights start flickering. So Garza grabs Demi and runs away. Retribution came through the crowd and stormed the ring, beating down the Profits, Andrade, and Selena Vega before running off. So Adam Pearce is backstage again, screaming at the guards from earlier, telling them to get to their posts and run them off. We're back in Raw Underground, and Jessamine Duke is fighting a girl called Avery. While Peyton Royce and Billie Kay watch on, Duke kicks Avery in the ribs a few times, then uploads some ground and pound until she's pulled off by the referee. She hits a cheap knee after, and a random girl jumps up to confront her. Marina Shafir gets up on the mat in between them, but winds up fighting the girl and takes her down with a vicious judo throw and chokes her out with a triangle. Peyton throws Billie Kay onto the mat, and she gets head kicked by Jessamine. Charlotte Caruso interviews Ricochet, Alexander, and Apollo outside of Raw Underground. She asks if it's wise for Apollo to face Shelton tonight, and he says the old Apollo would have woke up feeling sorry for himself. But he's gone. In his place is a determined man who will bounce back and not stop until he gets his United States Championship. Ricochet says MVP doesn't know a thing about friendship, so they're going to prove to him that what they have is worth more than money. So then we get a commercial break, folks. Of course. So we got a commercial break. So they're back in World Underground, and Apollo Crews in control with Shelton landing some shots, but Apollo gets a Kimura, but Shelton runs him off the mat, and hell breaks loose. The Hurt Business drag Ricochet, Cedric, and Apollo onto the mat and choke all three of them out. Angel Garza is walking backstage with Demi. She calls Retribution Restoration. So she calls Retribution Restoration and says they just abandoned Selena and Andrade. He says it's okay. They can handle themselves. She's his main concern. They walk forward by a door, bursts open, and Retribution throw a random guy into the wall. Angel runs off, leaving Demi, and they chase after her. So we get Randy Orton versus Keith Lee versus Seth Rollins. Basically, we got a triple threat match. A number one contender triple threat match. I guess you could say this was your good, typical triple threat match main event. I don't even know if this triple threat match was even worth watching or not, to be honest. So, I'm going to tell y'all what happened this match, and then I'm going to tell you something else, and then I'm going to end this live stream. That's going to be the end of your Raw review. So, here's what happened this match. So, the bell rings, and nobody moves. Orton and Rollins look to spark a partnership, but instead Randy slides out the ring, saying, "I already worked tonight." Seth rolls out as well, refusing to lock up with Lee. Seth argues with Randy at ringside, but Lee grabs him by the hair. Seth chokes Lee on the top rope and runs in to grab a headlock. Lee throws him off and into the corner. Randy slides in and he takes a headlock, but Lee forces him to the corner. Seth kicks Lee, but the big man whips Seth into Randy in the corner. They toss Lee to the apron, but he jumps back over with a crossbody to both. And it goes to a commercial break. And back live, and Lee jumps over the ropes right into a super kick from Seth. Lee rolls outside, and Seth jumps off the apron with a flying knee. Orton hits a back suplex to Lee onto the announce desk. Seth and Randy share a good laugh, then throw Lee into the steel steps. They work together to bring Lee back in the ring, but Orton stops and quickly grabs Seth to hit the draping DDT for a near fall. Orton drops down and pounds the mat, but Seth counters the RKO with a Falcon Arrow and scores a 2 count. Rollins readies for the stomp, but Lee climbs up on the apron behind him and punches him. Lee steamrolls them and throws Rollins into Orton like a child. Both heels roll outside, and Lee hits Orton with a huge pounce at ringside. Seth comes through the ropes, but Lee catches him and throws him over the announce table. Lee gets Seth back in the ring. He gets Seth back in the ring, but eats a kick. Seth runs, but gets caught, though manages to roll up Lee for 2. Seth hits an enziguri, then a Avada Kedavra. Avada Kedavra. I don't know what kind of move that is. Rollins folds to the corner and looks for the stomp. And guess what? He gets caught with a spirit bomb. And guess what else? Orton slides in and catches Lee with an RKO. Then slithers over and pins Seth for the win. So, folks. So let me get this straight. Right now. Let me get this straight. So you mean to tell me that Orton wins a match for a title match at Clash of Champions, a title match he was already promised by Drew McIntyre? Man, folks, I gotta be honest with this. This Monday Night Raw show last night was an absolute 3 hours waste of Monday Night Raw. I mean, look at some of the garbage we got in the show. You might as well say this was a 3 hour waste. No, why? I can't understand why WWE keeps continuing to give us these garbage shows week after week after week. It's just getting ridiculous, man. It really is. Man. Well, folks, that's going to be the end of your August 31st, 2020 Monday Night Raw review. I'm getting the fuck out of here. So, be sure you hit that like, subscribe button, turn on bell notifications. And folks, I will see you Wednesday night for your NXT. Well, actually, I will see you Wednesday morning for your NXT review because NXT comes on tomorrow, I think. Didn't they change the schedule or something like that? Didn't they say NXT was supposed to be coming on Tuesday? Well, yeah, actually, your NXT review will be live Wednesday morning because I think tomorrow NXT. Well, today. No, actually today. Today's Tuesday. Actually, today NXT comes on. So, your NXT review will be Wednesday morning or Wednesday afternoon because when I come home, as soon as I come straight home, I'm going to be going to bed when I come straight home from work. So, see you Wednesday morning, folks, for your review, your NXT review. I'm definitely getting out of here. This show fucking utterly sucked. Made me want to change the channel, but I couldn't because you know why. But I'm out of here. Peace. Have a good day.